is another in the tournament for the #1 contender for the TLCW Extreme Championship. Let me introduce first one half of the TLCW Tag Team Champions, Dell Tucker. And tonight his opponent is Stan Lee. Referee calls for the opening bell. We have that. And now we're ready to get this contest underway.
And wow, they shook hands. What sportsmanship.
Well, absolutely a good show of sportsmanship by both competitors. It's certainly a novel way to start out things here in TLCW. A Greco-Roman knuckle lock as Tucker finds himself on the mat. The referee checks to see if those shoulders are down.
Oh, bridges out. That's showing strength. That is showing some serious strength right there.
And it also avoids the pinning combination, which he did find himself in.
Exactly. Nice takedown by Lee.
Version of a hip toss takeover there by Lee. He maintains control of the Greco-Roman knuckle lock.
I tell you what, Lee's got the upper mount position. He's got it locked in. Oh!
Oh, and he, in a version of a monkey flip, sent Stan Lee head over heels to the mat.
Hey, get the devil his due. That's a good move. Saw Lee was going for some type of splash. He countered, pushed his step off of Lee, and flipped him over. They lock up. Call an elbow.
And now Lee gains the advantage.
Lee reaching that arm in.
And Tucker looks for an escape. He rolls through. Nice nip up. Applies the forearm twist where Stan Lee rolls through. And a cartwheel back to the other way. Side headlock takedown.
Now see, you talk about earlier, this was a one-upsman
#1 contendership match.
Yeah.
For the extreme, and a very near pinning combination.
But you know what? They're playing the game of who's better than who. I guess that's what the commentating guard tried to get out earlier.
Well, absolutely. These are two of the upstanding competitors we have here in TLCW. Two young men that we're very proud to have here each and every week in Ripley, Tennessee.
Really?
And here on the Pulse. As one half of our tag team champions, Dell Tucker, along with our former heavyweight champion, Stan Lee, in the ring, showing you just how good catch-as-catch-can style wrestling can be. As Stan gets caught, shoulder block, sends Stan to the mat.
Leapfrog by Lee, ducked his head, switched, shoulder tackle, scores.
And now Stan springs back. High hip toss by Tucker. Stan Lee kicked him
up simultaneously.
And high hip toss by Lee now. And Tucker.
Whoa!
Oh, they both went for the drop kick at the same time. Both men came up empty when they had the same idea at the same time.
This is wrestling at its best, but at some point, if I was Lee, I'd take that thumb, take my hand, raise my thumb, and stick it in this kid's eye to get the upper hand.
What kind of tactics are that?
I mean, I'm just saying, hey, you either win or you go home. And if I'm going home with a victory. Lee with a shoulder tackle.
And Tucker finds himself down. Drops down. Lee comes across. High head toss.
Cover. 1, 2, kick out.
Very near penny combination for Tucker. Quickly maintains advantage. Takes him over the side headlock. Certainly this is some tremendous wrestling we've seen by both members in the match. And it's certainly something that I think would have to impress you here as you make your debut with us in TLCW.
I mean, I'm looking at this match and I'm going, you know what, both of these guys hit each other with everything they had in this beginning, but as you can see now, the pace has slowed down. It's time to catch your breath. Think about your next strategy.
Well, that certainly appears to be precisely what Stan Lee's doing as he escapes the side headlock with the head scissors now, and it's Dell Tucker looking for an escape, so far without success.
I tell you what, this kid is trying to nip out of it, and he does. Oh, they tussle up right there.
They both went for the headlock.
Snapmare.
Snapmare takedown. Stan Lee goes right back to work with the head scissors. The referee in position to see if Tucker wants to submit. So far, he indicates that he has not.
I tell you what, Lee has got that leg locked in, picture perfect. You can almost cut off a man's oxygen like that. And now, as you can see, the referee is asking him, you know, Almost a submission hold.
It very well could be if Tucker isn't able to find an escape in the next few moments. But he's trying to do just that. He's trying to move over in a position to relieve the pressure, doing a headstand, it appears.
If he does his headstand, now watch him push out.
Okay, he rolls through. Very impressive maneuver and nice escape there from the head scissors by Dell Tucker.
Yeah, I thought he was going to push out, then push out, recover, and then go for another hold. But he just went on, flipped on through, and now has the side headlock applied to Stan Lee.
Both men right in the center of the ring as the referee checks to make sure all the holds are legal.
Okay, Lee could do a couple of things here. Woo!
Oh, nice escape. Drop toe hold.
Did you see that? Lee went for a version of a back suplex. It was real quick. Regained control, found the body part, and like I said, regained control of this match.
Now he's got the full arm twist applied. Certainly you see precisely why they say Stan Lee is quick as a hiccup. He's moving around almost faster than we can call the moves. He's executing them.
I tell you what you were seeing moments ago was chain wrestling at its best. There we go. Grabbed the head, took him down, and now Lee is in trouble. You know, when you're a wrestler, you got to think all the time. You got to think about 2 or 3 moves ahead of your opponent. Now, I tell you what, Stan Lee is in a position now where you don't want to stay in the side headlock too long. What he needs to do is, like everything else, create separation, score a big-time move, go after a body part, stick to that body part, and go for your payday, son.
Well, that's precisely what he's trying to do, the first step in accomplishing that task.
Whoa, my God!
Was to regain his feet. He did that, but Tucker took him down to the mat. And that suplex, as Stan Lee, you can see, feeling the effects on the back of his head, and Tucker wisely goes for a pin. Only able to gain the 2.
You know, I'm not surprised Lee didn't string his neck or break his neck right there because he landed straight on it.
Now Tucker wants to bring Lee back up to his feet. Looks like I might have had a little hold of a hair there. I'm a bit surprised at that.
Ooh.
Oh, but there's a drop kick that finds the mark and sends Stan Lee spiraling to the outside.
I don't think Lee can make the 10 count. If he makes that 10 count, it would be a miracle. Because this guy just worked on this man's neck. Then he scored with a drop kick on Lee, which sent him to the outside. Okay.
Well, the referee's counting now at 7 as Stan.
He's on the ring apron.
And the referee decided that was enough to break the count. And Stan Lee. Sunset flip attempt.
Sunset flip cover. Kick out at 2.
Headlock takedown. And once again, a consistent motif throughout the contest.
That's right.
The side headlock has been one of the more consistent parts of the offense for Dell Tucker.
And I tell you what, it's just so many things you can do with a side headlock. If you apply the pressure right, you can choke the man down and he won't even know it. Uses the ropes.
Well, absolutely ran right up the turnbuckles and still maintained control of the side headlock. And wisely rolls Stan Lee back down right in the center of the ring. They say if you control the head, you can control the body, and that's precisely what Dell Tucker's trying to do with the side headlock.
When your brain hurts, your body don't function. And that's exactly what this kid is doing right now. Working on the head, the neck area of Stan Lee. And if he keeps this up, I'm telling you, game over. Lee, suplex.
Well, that's one means of escape, the belly-to-back suplex. And there we see the tag team champion, Dell Tucker, spilled to the outside, almost into the front row. And the referee has begun his 10 count.
I tell you what, he's in trouble here. But that's what Lee needed to do.
Stan Lee looks to be going over the top. Springs outside with the plancha. And in the process takes up the tag team champion, Dell Tucker, who now finds himself on the arena floor. As the referee continues to make his count, Stan Lee and, for that matter, Dell Tucker need to pay close attention to that count. Because if they get themselves counted out, they are out of the tournament.
Hey, if it was me, I tell you what, I got the opponent to the outside. I just want to let him do the count out. Because at the end, it don't matter how you win. You just win. Whoa!
Stan Lee got caught coming off the top rope. He buried that X handle right to the midsection of Stan Lee that absolutely knocked him for a loop.
Cover. Kick out.
Once again, the referee quickly in position, only able to execute a 2 count before Stan escaped. And now Tucker tries to capitalize. They follow Stan over to the rope.
German suplex.
Absolutely planted him. 2.
Got a bridge.
Still unable to get the 2 after that very well executed German suplex. As now both men struggling to regain their feet. Tucker tries to go for a front face lock. Stan Lee fighting him off. Series of right hands to the midsection. And now Tucker fires back with one of his own.
I tell you what, Tucker looks like he's going for a big time move here. Whoa, neck breaker. Whoa.
Stan Lee tried to slip through and avoid that suplex. Tucker, very light on his feet and very aware, caught it and took it to a neck breaker.
I tell you what, Tucker sure did. He felt he was going through. Tucker turned it around into a neck breaker. Couldn't get the suplex, scored with the neck breaker. That's wrestling for you.
Very impressive maneuver. Now we see once again a Greco-Roman knuckle lock. Is now at Stan Lee looking for a means of escape.
Now I tell you what Tucker's doing. He's making Lee sweat. He's making him work. He's making him use all his energy to at least get his shoulder up off the ground.
And Stan Lee struggling to do just that. As you see Tucker trying to apply the leverage and put that shoulder back on the mat.
1, 2.
2.
Whoa. Whoa.
Stan
2
Lee
3/3 right there.
took all his momentum to be able to kick out at 2.
Lee needs to get out of this situation. He needs to get out of this situation. He needs to create separation. There you go. There you go, kid. Drop kick.
Well, there we saw a nip up, use that leg to break the knuckle lock, and then take Tucker to the mat.
I guess he heard me.
Although he's not able to take advantage of the situation, he is able to give him a few moments rest, which he desperately needs at this point in the contest.
Referee is up to 6.
7. Both men need to be careful. All right, they've reached.
They break.
That does break the hold.
Match continues. Tucker's on Drew Street. Spin kick.
Oh, absolutely blasted him with that spinning heel kick. Tucker may well be out.
I tell you what, Stan Lee looks like he's on his second win here. Scoop body slam.
I think we know what this may call for. Stan Lee heads over to the corner.
Whoa!
He was going for the shooting star. Tucker was able to escape. Standing switch.
Roll through. Yes, sir, Stan Lee does. Nips up.
Sets that flip attempt.
Sets that flip.
He rolls through. Pinning combination.
1, 2,
3.
oh, God.
The winner of the contest